Hello, guys, and welcome to Cricket Caviar. My question to England fans: why do England always abandon baseball when push comes to shove? So, we saw it in the Lord's Test just after their defeat in Birmingham, where Shubman Gill scored 269. We saw it again today, when they just had a crashing defeat in Perth. Yes, it has worked. They won the Lord's Test. They probably have put themselves in a position to win here in Gabba, and that will be after long 40 years. The start was a blunder from Australia. The selection was just a blunder when they thought that homeboy Michael Neser is going to swing the ball like anything. You know, he did swing the ball, but he didn't have the pace. Australian bowlers were totally lacking the pace, except for Mitchell Stark today. And England batters could even feel that they could step out. They could step out and actually, cut off the angles and save the LBW because they were not as fast as probably Pat Cummins or a Hazelwood are, you know. So, first time I saw like Alex Carey having to come up to the stumps, and he actually was trying to make England batsmen stay in the crease, and that's a unique thing that I've never seen this in Australia. I've seen it in India. I've seen it in England. I've never seen it in Australia. Like a fast bowler is running in, and keeper is actually standing up, and he took some brilliant takes. Actually, he took a brilliant catch also where Marnus Labuschagne absolutely confused him. So the day started with Australia again starting brilliantly. They had England 5 for 2. Mitchell Stark was breathing fire. He today became the bowler, the greatest left arm fast bowler, you can say, arguably, because he overtook the record of Wasim Akram. He got to 415 wickets, and Wasim Akram had got to 414 wickets in 104 test matches. And Mitchell Stark has done it in 102 test matches, plus the last 3 test matches that Mitchell Stark has played. He has taken 6 wicket hauls in all of those test matches. So that was incredible what he did at the start, but I think Joe Root and Zach Crawley, they consolidated well. First time I saw Zach Crawley not going for that expansive drive. And I've always been a big believer in Zach Crawley, despite his average of 31, which I think is the lowest for any opener across any countries. But I think he is an impact player who can make a difference. And whenever he clicks, I think England get that momentum. The same goes for Ben Duckett, but I think Zach Crawley does that even more for a prolonged period mostly. Whenever he gets going, he's a bad starter, but when he gets going, he can really put the opposition to the sword. So I think Zach Crawley did a great job, and 122 for 3. Then again, another good partnership. Obviously, Brook always trying to score fast. Then went for a big expansive drive, which we were waiting from Crawley, but came from Brook. Root was under tremendous pressure coming to the test. Everyone was mocking him, being one of the greats of the game. He had still not got a century versus Australia in Australia, and that's what people were talking about. All the buzz, like Matthew Hayden taunted him by saying that I will run naked at the MCG if Root doesn't get 100 in Australia. So all those conversations were like part of the Australian banter that we see whenever any overseas team comes. That's what Aussie sporting culture is. They always do this. So I guess it fired up Joe Root. He totally abandoned baseball, stuck to his game. That back and across movement that he's famous for, covered his off stump, moved outside the crease to counter the swinging ball. The pink ball that was supposed to move, it moved only for 20-25 overs. After that, it became soft, and it was really easy to play today. Unless until the evening time when it again started moving under the lights. So he built that innings very nicely, Joe Root, I would say, and congratulations to him for his 40th Test 100. He's gone four ahead of Steve Smith now. And it was a bad day for Steve Smith. Like, the captaincy uh, was disappointing. The non-selection of Nathan Lyon, and then expecting that every ball will swing, and he kept that mid on very wide. If you observe today's game, there are a lot of straight drives that has been played. So you know it was a tactical blunder, and then the biggest blunder of all was when they were 264 for 9. England were 264 for 9, and it looked like Ben Stokes' natural tendency is to always declare and try to put the opposition in, and especially when it was under the lights. So a lot of Australian commentators were also reiterating the fact that now it's time for Ben Stokes to declare. But I think the double bluff that England played, you always get ahead of the opposition when you do not do the thing that they expect from you, and that's what England did. They stayed out, and they played their shots. They gave some opportunities. Australia could not latch on to them, and because Australia had the field spread out, because Steve Smith was expecting a declaration from England, so he just everyone as was at the boundary. If he had kept in some close-in catches, those top edges would have been caught by some of those close-in catches. If he would have kept in the slips, a ball might have gone to the slips, edged and gone to the slips. It was poor. First of all, it was a poor strategy to execute defensive bowling at that time, and then it was poor execution of defensive bowling as well. And Scott Boland is not a bowler you can expect to contain runs. So I think totally backfired. 50 of 29, 61 currently the partnership between Jofra Archer and Joe Root, and the score has moved from 264 to 325, which looks like a winning position in a pink ball test match that normally does not last that long. So kudos to England for capitalizing on these errors from Australia, be it in the selection, be it the tactical error, be it the gameplay error, and building to this. I think Australia did come back with that run out, because Stokes' innings was just torturous today. The way he was playing, the session run rate was 1.96 at one point of time. I don't know what is wrong with Stokes and why he does not play what he endorses, the bass ball. He never has been the one who has led from the front on the bass ball front. But I guess that's the strategy from England. They always, they are double bluffing the opposition. The opposition thinks that they are going to come for bass ball, and they are not going to play the bass ball. So this has worked in the last India tour as well, and working now also. So I think that's a deliberate ploy by Englishmen. They're not sticking to bass ball anymore. They are keeping themselves open-minded about it. And it was traditional test cricket today. If you see 95 runs in first session, 95 runs in second session, third session, because of that last partnership, it went to around 130 runs, but should have been a 100-run session. So England should have been 300 something today. But yes, great show from Joe Root, and the Barmy Army was quite loud today at the Gabba. So good to see that kind of fandom behind cricket. Aussies will be very disappointed with what has happened on day one. It will take some coming back from them tomorrow. The only thing is that England did not make them bat in the evening under the lights. So that's probably the only positive that Australia will take away from today. So they may be thinking that, we have an opportunity tomorrow to capitalize on a pitch that may flatten out even more during the day. So let's see how it goes tomorrow, guys. Congratulations to Mitchell Starc for another brilliant six-for. He's been just awesome this series, leading the attack. Brendan Dockett and Scott Boland, they are not first choice bowlers in this team, but he has led this attack brilliantly. He has shown that he's far cut from the different cloth than the other bowlers. So yeah, Nathan Lyon not happy at all. He said that filthy, it was just filthy, short conversation with the selector. his record at the Gabba is superb, and I think his spring ball record is not very bad either. So, I think Steve Smith went from something extraordinary, which did not get executed. So, yes, but my question remains to this to England fans: why do England are England a baseball team? When it really matters, will they not play baseball? What do you think about these questions? Please let me know in the comment section. Thank you, and keep following and subscribing our channel, Cricket Caviar.